Well, hello, and welcome back. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of the Free Texas Campaign Present Voices from Behind the Walls of TDCJ. Of course, I am the queen of collaboration, Angela Thomas Smith, the visionary of the Crew Podcast, Aspiring Authors Magazine, and one of the co-founders for the Free Texas Campaign, where we are the change that we desire to see in this world. So, y'all, I'm exposing, I'm bringing to light some of the corruption that has been affecting the state of Texas for now 3 to 4 decades, and it needs to be addressed. People need to be held accountable. So, y'all, I'm making a noise. I'm allowing my voice to be heard. I am not being quiet. I'm not sitting down. They shouldn't have dropped it in my lap, but they dropped it in my lap. So I am here. I had to show up. So I want to encourage you guys, if you are in the great state of Texas and can come out to San Antonio on January the 3rd, I will be there making some noise, y'all. I'm going to do a rally in a march. We're going to be marching from D&N Kitchen to the City Hall. We want somebody to hear our voices, and we're going to speak so they can hear us. That's our First Amendment right. So, with that being said, please share this in your circle of influence. And I have someone that wants to stop by and share with you guys on today. So, I'm going to move on out the way and allow them to share. The floor is yours. If you would, introduce yourself.
My name is Henderson Jr. I fell out of San Antonio, Texas, but I got convicted in Corpus Christi for aggravated robbery that they say I committed on September the 4th of 2000. And I wasn't there at all. But the point is, the police officer that arrested me for this crime stated that I committed the crime on the night at hand. So when they arrested me at my house without a warrant, they took me back to the crime scene where it was no one, and they took me to jail. And that was September the 4th. October the 24th, they took me to trial for the same aggravated robbery, less than 50 days, on a first-degree felony, without any witnesses, no evidence, no one testified to a crime. But the point is, the officer that arrested me was named Sergeant Ward. I committed my first felony in the state of Texas against. So it was a vendetta. As I told them, because I had no one to testify on my behalf, because they took me to trial with less than 50 days. They wouldn't call my mom, they wouldn't call none of my children, or the friend that I was with that's a probation officer in Corpus Christi, juvenile probation, that I was with on the night at hand. But to say this, after 3 police officers testified that I committed the crime against Mr. Andrew Hartwell on the night at hand. So the second day, they came and brought Mr. Hartwell to testify. They asked him 3 times, "Do you see the man in the courtroom that robbed you on the night at hand?" He stated, "No, I do not." So they used my nickname, which he said he heard, a dude named Hollywood. So from that, he said, "I know the name, but Officer Ward told me it was this person." And he testified to this. So they asked him again, "Did this man here rob you or take anything from you?" He said he did not do any of that. So they came in the middle of my trial, stopped him, and the judge allowed the VA to implement what they call in the state of Texas the law of parties, 702 of the Texas Penal Code, meaning that my conduct rests upon another person. But rest assured, I'm charged by myself. I'm arrested by myself. This crime was committed, they say, by me. So they implemented that I aided and abetted unknown persons committing robbery against Mr. Hartwell. And they stated that this same unknown person used a weapon to make him deprive him of his property, which the state did not produce. So my lawyer get up there and helped him. He didn't state nothing. He argued the law a party of the identification because they arrested me at my home without a warrant. But I'm telling you, who linked me to the crime? because you stated that I committed this crime. Then in the middle of the trial, after the victim could not identify me, you stated that I aided unknown persons to commit the crime. And this is all in my jury charge. I have my transcripts to prove everything that I am stating. And the state of Texas is for over 20 years. They have not listened to my 1107. I have not got my first 1107 granted or denied since 2001. And all I'm asking for is a fair shake, because I didn't commit a crime against anyone. And I say, if anyone came to this courtroom and identified me as helping them, or I committed this crime, then I'll take whatever you gave me. So the state of Texas offered me 5 times, 10 years. And I say, no one identified me. I haven't committed a crime. You haven't proved a crime been committed against Mr. Hardwell. Then they lied on the stand saying they took Mr. Hardwell to this Lenoard Medical Center in Corpus Christi. And my Lord, that's the only thing he did do. He called Lenoard Medical Center medical records and asked for Mr. Hardwell's records. He never been there. They say he's never been there. But this is in the police reports. This is what they testified to, that they took him to the hospital to be treated. But I'm only stating I have not committed a crime. I'm willing to take a test of, they can transcript me, they can do anything they want to do. Draw blood, test the weapon they say they got. Nothing leads me to a crime, and I have not committed a crime. If I would have, I would surely took 10 years. And only a crazy man would try the state of Texas if he committed a crime, playing with these individuals, knowing this place is worse than anything that a person can imagine. Anything. No person in any other state has gone through a crucial moment in life to where society is just throwing us away like we are no one. And they're using the law party so illegally because they're supposed to have certain evidence to prove that you aided and abetted of anyone. But me, myself, I'm standing here in the state of Texas penitentiary for not aiding and abetting. TDC records saying that I committed this aggravated robbery. That's why I'm in this prison. Not aiding and abetting. That only allowed them to keep the trial going. But I am sentenced on this same aggravated robbery in this Texan prison. And I have everything. I send it to the feds. They keep throwing it back because the state haven't did anything with my case. So I'm just sitting here stale for 23 years and months. Just sitting here without any no avenue for getting in court. And every time I appeal something or try to put a motion in, the state saying they didn't answer it. So I'm just going in a circle. And I've received 60 years for this crime that I didn't commit. And no one else been charged with. No one but myself. And I give thanks to y'all for the Almighty Creator for allowing me a chance to speak on this matter, because I haven't been heard to this day. Since September the 4th of 2000, I have not had my one bite of my apple in a courtroom with a proper lawyer just to do any investigation. Nothing linked me to this crime at all. If it was a crime, I didn't commit it. And I just ask that someone hear me. This young lady has an excellent podcast. And I give thanks for the Creator for allowing us individuals within this institution to be heard. Because no one hears our story. We're just the wasted, thrown away that no one cares about. And a lot of us here are innocent. It ain't even close that we committed crime. And I'm not stating that all of us here are innocent. No, I'm not saying that by a long shot. I'm saying a bunch of us are, especially when they're using the law parties. And that must be looked into and must be revived because they're using it illegally in the state of Texas. And the proof is, I can put it out there on the internet and they'll be shot. And I'm sitting in this place, just like many other of us, for unknown persons committing offense and I'm convicted for aiding and abetting, but in truth, I'm sitting here committing the same crime. And I do thanks for y'all for allowing me to hear, the eyes to see, because the Almighty God, He's listening and He hears. And I give thanks for y'all to hear me.
Wow.
Amen.
Wow. You know, this is a pattern. I've been interviewing individuals from inside Tdcj for now. I want to say I have like 1,000 videos, different clips and videos of different individual stories, and every one of them has a pattern where the judicial system has failed them. That innocent and proven until proven guilty is a bunch of crap, because these people, they label you guilty and you got to prove your innocence. You got to fight for your innocence, and then they come with all kind of stuff. Like, for the likes of me, I don't see how you can begin a trial with one charge, in the midst change it, and then by the end there's another charge. I just don't see how they are getting the authority to do that. And then I'm seeing a trail. I'm seeing a trail of lawyers becoming assistant district attorneys, and then becoming district attorneys, and then getting on the Court of Appeal, and then blocking everybody out that has come through their courtroom. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the corruption and the rubber stamping of the indictments. I'm seeing the corruption and no evidence, and falsifying of evidence, because I've seen where they have literally blacked out and whited out stuff to cover themselves, and then have to go back and try to cover again. See, how can you get a proper investigation if you are investigating your own self when you are the problem? When you are a part of the problem, you cannot investigate. So the governor creating these special committees, and he's part of the problem. He's the ringleader. He's the head problem. So for him to commit to put together these committees, he's putting the committees together to benefit them and to continue to cover up what they're already doing. See, as far as these district attorneys, when they elected and putting people in office that can cover up for the person that has gone before them. But that's what's happening. So again, I am calling for, I don't want the FBI in Texas. I want an outside FBI. And if that means I got to contact some people in Atlanta, because see, that's what they fail to realize. I know people too. If I got to contact some people in Atlanta, the FBI in Greenville, South Carolina, I know some people up in Greenville, South Carolina, that's part of the FBI. If I got to contact them, got to contact Atlanta for outside people to come in, then that's what I'm going to have to do. Because they've shown me over and over that the people that have authority in Texas are crooked. I can Google corruption in the state of Texas, and every single day, something new pops up. That's a shame. And they should be embarrassed. If your governor, this is a picture that's floating around on the internet. It's got articles attached to it in videos. But it says the GOP, it said the GOP has an app for corruption. And it says Greg Abbott, the A for app, the P for app is Ken Paxton and Patrick. What's his name? Dan Patrick. That's your lieutenant governor, your governor, and your attorney general. So what does that say about your judicial system in the state of Texas? When it come down from the head, it's gonna flow all the way down. So all they know is to go by what the head is doing.
And we also have in the state of Texas what they call the Court of Appeals before you get to the Court of Criminal Appeals. And all they are doing is rubber stamping people's cases. They ain't not even looking at it. And they appointing the same lawyer that you went to trial with as your appellate lawyer. So how is you going to file ineffective assistance on yourself? this is what they doing in the state of Texas. The same lawyer that didn't do no investigation in a case is getting appointed as your appellate lawyer. And you know he's not going to file ineffective assistance on himself when the evidence proves that he didn't even do any investigation. And on a first degree felony, that's the highest degree in the state of Texas outside of capital offense, meaning capital murder. Because I got the same amount of time as a dude that murdered someone, 60 years, considered a life sentence in the state of Texas. So I have to do the same amount of time, 30 years flat, to come up with parole when no one was even hurt, even if it was a crime, but no one was hurt.
Wow.
But I have to do the, yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So yeah. And why? These people here they so bent with keeping us enslaved as a people. And this slave mentality, it has to be weeded out, because as long as you got these individuals that of a certain age bracket, they don't know how to bring in change. They don't know what change is, because you keep these older people, judges, politicians in office, they're going to keep that slave mentality here.
Yeah, call it what it is. I mean, call it what it is. They racist, and they want free labor. I can guarantee if you would just trace the paper trail and see who is owned and who got stock and who's benefiting from these companies that are benefiting from the labor from those that are incarcerated, the free labor from those that are incarcerated. Because you're talking about Starbucks, you're talking about Walmart, you're talking about Victoria's Secret, you're talking about 20, 30 companies that benefit from prisons and the operation of prison. That's how they make their product. That's how they move their product. And then you talk about the Texas and their plates, the plates for your cars. Only place you can get them plates made in the state of Texas. The only machine is within the Tdcj. So guess how much money they making? They making a bunch of money because it's a bunch of cars rolling around in the state of Texas.
Right. And they have TCI, which is on the stock market for profit. TDC is making a profit daily off of inmate slavery. And this is why I give thanks to the city of Houston, because they city councilmen exposed all this, the female, exposed them all. You mean you putting up bids? This is why you can go low, because you have no overhead. You don't have to pay nobody. Because if we don't go to work in here, we get what they call a major case. And then they G4 you or G5 you, meaning you got to be in the cell 23 hours a day. If I don't go to work, meaning that's slave labor. That's slave labor.
If you're gonna work, at least pay so you can buy food, because the slop that they feeding you ain't even worth it. At least you can send some home to your children, if you got children, your loved ones on the outside, so that you can be preparing for when you come out. I just don't get it. But again, you trace the paper trail, and you'll see where all the corruption lies and who is controlling all of the power. I can guarantee that governor got his hand in some of that. I can guarantee you he do. I can guarantee you he do.
And they also, in a day meal, we get 16 slices of bread. 6 of them are covered up with a quarter size of peanut butter and jelly, and a same size of meat. This is what they give us on a day-to-day basis. Grown men that work, this is what they do to us. And y'all talk about fair, but on the website, you guys, you giving us chicken fried steak, chicken, steak, whatever. They're not giving us none of that that's on that website. That's what they're giving in ODR for the officers that's eating inmates' food that the taxpayers are paying. They're not providing us soap. They're not providing us toothpaste. That stuff they give us, man, it's rotting in your teeth. I'm 60 years old. Man, I can't, excuse my French, they are giving these dudes butt shots and titty shots, but I can't get no teeth where I can chew my food and swallow it properly. But this is what the state they can have eyes to see what is 80% of the prison system when we only make 35% of the population in the United States. If you can't see that, then hey, it is what it is. An ace and ace, a joker's a joker. And if your skin is brown, then you in last place. And that's how, when we get charged for a crime, they supposed to have the evidence to convict us, but not if you're brown. When you got all white jury, this is what I had. All white jury when they say I committed a crime because of a European. How can I get a fair shake when the lawyer is the white man? The judge is Spanish, but he's married to a white lady. I can't get a fair shake like that. You don't have nothing. 80% of these men in this prison, and I'm not saying they are sinless, no. But the evidence to produce a conviction is not there. It's not there. So they give us these what they call effective lawyers. And these dudes, I can argue myself better than they can. And if you listen to them, it's just who can tell a better lie. That's all it is in the state of Texas. This is why it's so hard for individuals out there to believe us, because all they see is that's what they consider us. But we can't be, because this is how this place stay afloat. With slave labors, breaking our backs for these people to have jobs in these outskirts of Texas. These people's education level is so low. And I'm not saying they don't deserve better, but a bunch of us have education. We weren't given a fair shake in life. And I'm not saying that I'm a sinless, no. But I had a choice, and this choice was never given to me. And that's what the state of Texas produced. The 40 acres and the mule was a lie. That was a lie. Because most of them individuals wasn't educated when they released them off them plantations. So what you got with us? Product of these same slaves. So what do you think they were going to do with us? Keep us in slavery. Why? Ain't nobody else care. And the state of Texas was the last state they had to force to free slaves. That's why they call it Juneteenth in Galveston, Texas. Why? Man, these people were still working these people 2 years after they were supposed to have been free. What you think they got today? For committing a crime in a state, I could put you back in slavery. That's what the Constitution says. So how can you eradicate slavery? Slavery. I don't care how you dress it up. You cannot put a Band-Aid on slavery or nothing else. In servitude, you cannot put a Band-Aid on that. Slavery. You in China telling these people they got to give them minimum wage. You got to give them a proper place to live. But you want to do us like that? And it's a shame for this country to even accept that. But that's what it is. And all someone has to do is put a microscope on it. And I guarantee you, and like I said, I'm willing to stand in front of whoever and show them my food. Show them, because there's a lot of us in here just locked in these cages. And excuse me for my voice breaking, but for something that I didn't do. 23 years I've been incarcerated for something I didn't do. And the evidence is right there. The testimonies are right there. But I have nobody to hear my voice.
Wow.
Because the state of Texas got these sorry, racist folks in office that are judges and DAs. That integrity unit is a joke. That's a joke.
They not only a joke. Some of these Congress people are a joke, because you have some people that look like you that won't even open their mouth, that won't even speak up, and they have the power to do that. They have the power to stand up against some of this stuff, but they will not do it. They will not do it. They will not do it. But I am definitely calling for them to speak out and speak up. They're going to have that opportunity to come down again to the city hall and meet with us and to speak to the citizens. They have that right to come out and to tell what they're doing to help rectify what is going on within the judicial system in the state of Texas. I'm not in Texas. I don't live in Texas. I'm all the way on the East Coast. But this was dropped in my lap. This was given to me. And when it was presented to me, I had no choice because it pricked my heart. And I couldn't just sit and do nothing. See, I'm that person that believe in change and believe that if I want to see change, I have to be a part of that change. Change starts and finish with me. So I can't sit still and think that change is going to come about. So I had to be a voice. I had to be an outlet. So I just thank God for just allowing me because, like I say, it dropped in my lap. I've never been to Texas. When I come to Texas in January, that's going to be my first time coming to Texas. And I'm coming. I'm coming with. I ain't gonna say I'm coming with a vendetta, but I'm coming, and I mean business, because I need answers. I need answers.
For the millions of us, excuse my boy, for the millions of us that's blocked up, we give thanks for giving us a voice when no one else is listening. Because Martin Luther King said a great thing. When men and women sat by while injustice is happening, how can this be a republic? How can it be? It can't be. When we got those in office that's treating us as sheep, that's all they consider us. If you don't have money, that's all they consider us, sheep. And that's a shame for these politicians to be elected to rule over us and make laws when they only cover their own ass. Excuse my language. They just cover their own butts.
You have 1 minute left.
And I give praises to you. And God be with you. And peace and blessings be upon everyone that's listening. So I give thanks again.
Well, I thank you, and definitely keep us posted on what's going on with your case. And I'm going to be sharing this, and hopefully, we can begin to expose some of this stuff, get somebody's attention, and somebody say they want to do something about it. That is my hopes. I wish you enjoy what you can of your day. Stay encouraged, and I appreciate you coming on and being transparent and sharing. Have a great one. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you would, please share this in your circle of influence, because you never know who may be able to assist or who may need to hear some of this to help with whatever they may be going through. But if you would, please share this in your circle of influence. If you can, please join me January the 3rd. I will be in San Antonio, Texas. And we're going to be doing a rally and a march. We're going to march from D&N Kitchen to the City Hall, which is about 2.2 miles. And we're going to rally at the City Hall because it's time for some of these elected officials to be held accountable. And I'm telling the governor, we coming for him. Because it's his duty. It's his duty. He's the head honcho in the state of Texas, and it's his job to make sure. But I see what's going on with him. A whole bunch of corruption. It's time for his seat to end. His run is over, and we need somebody that can run against him to get him up out of there, because he's done enough damage.